Hello, hello, my Epic friends. I'm Dawn Loding, and I have a special guest today on Epic Life, Debbie McClain. Debbie, thank you so much for being our guest today. I look forward to this interview so much because I know your story, but we need
Hmm.
everybody else to know your story,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about this.
Well,
Yes.
and that is what Epic Life is all about. It's letting everyone know like what's going on with the other agents at Epic,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
behind the scenes. It's kind of like a look behind the scenes. So,
Hmm.
so thank
Yeah,
you. First of all, where are you at? You're in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm in Fort Worth. Yes, yes, I'm in Fort
Awesome.
Worth. Yeah,
And that's just up the road from me because I'm in New Braunfels, Texas.
yeah, you're not far. So I have a good reason to come down and visit my team
Yay.
who are in Austin and you. So hopefully I'll do that soon.
I
So
love
yeah.
it. Awesome. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, I just have a few questions that I'm going to ask you and just kind of get a behind the scenes look
Okay.
at what's going on with you. So,
Hmm.
your story is a little bit different. My first question is, what was life or your business like before joining Epic, and what's changed since you've joined Epic? So,
Okay. Well, my life. Okay. For the past, well, I've been a realtor for almost 20 years. This is my 20th year. Working for solo, boutique break, all that. Single, rocking and rolling, living and breathing real estate, loving it all. Uh, my life changed dramatically about 3 years ago. I got married. Everybody's like, yeah, you got married. However, my husband has health issues, so I've become a sole provider. During that time, right before Epic, I was still doing real estate, but thinking I needed to go do side gigs, something to be able to pay the bills when there's one person. But I love real estate. I didn't want to do anything else. And every time I did anything else, I'd be mad. I was always mad. I was like, I can't do it. Real estate happened. I mean, Epic happened. And it was just all of a sudden, I felt like I was just surrounded by friends. I've always been surrounded by friends. And before COVID, we had offices. You had friends. You all worked together. Um, but it was just different. And I tell people all the time, yes, we're cloud based. We're across the country, but we've become friends with each other without even meeting the first time because we see each other every single day in whatever it is, coachings, trainings, meetings,
yeah.
everything.
I
The
know.
founders,
I
yeah,
always
it's
say
crazy.
that, like those who plug into everything are
Mm-hmm.
the winners at an online brokerage because we're online. Like you've
Yes.
got to take advantage of
Mm-hmm.
what it is that makes it work. And if you don't, and you don't get plugged in,
No.
then you miss out on that. So that makes
And you
perfect
do,
sense.
and you do. And I
Yeah.
could live and just like I talked to you earlier, and you were on another call with another
Yeah.
agent, and it's different because there's so much
Yeah.
there, and I just dove into it. I'm like, I want everything. I want
Yeah. You
all the
did.
stuff.
You did.
Yeah,
Because,
and
yeah,
I
that
did.
was,
Yeah, I wasn't there very long. It was the first year of the Paracon that y'all had in Vegas,
mhm.
and I planned on going. I'd only been there a month, and my father passed away, so I didn't get to go. But shortly thereafter, this is when they were really expanding on the area leader role. And at that time, we didn't have a lot of agents in Dallas Fort Worth. It just seemed like something to step into. So I stepped into a role that I never dreamed I would be. I've been a mentor, I've been things, but nothing like that. And at that point, I mean, and not even counting the benefits. I mean, the benefits as far as me being able to, I tell this story. I said, if you cannot imagine being a realtor for as long as I've been in real estate, rocking and rolling, spending money, doing whatever I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden I'm responsible for somebody else and I have to watch what I'm doing. And so you get a listing and you're thinking, I have to go pay for photography. I've got to go get some new signs. I've got to do all this. And you have to. That's our job. That's our role as a realtor. And you're stressed because you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this and do it right? When Epic, those are just the minor things.
Yeah.
Those are the baby things they started with. And I'm like, oh my God, I can do a listing. I don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
signs, the photography, nothing. I can just go do it.
Yeah.
And that's what saved me. That's
Yeah.
what saved me to be able to stay in real estate. And I tell people that story all the time. I said, you cannot imagine what it's like. You go from, you know, here to here, and because life gets in the way. And I just felt like real estate with Epic, it's not like anything else. I mean, it's nothing. people know, and I've left, I've come back, and
Now
and when I
let's touch
left,
on that for a minute.
okay,
Like you just,
yeah,
since you brought it up, I wasn't sure if we were going to
oh,
discuss
yeah,
it or
no,
not,
yeah,
but you left. You
I
left
did.
Epic, and I would love to hear because you came back.
I
Like,
did.
and
Well,
one
I
of the
did.
things I love about Epic is like when people do leave, like we always wish them the best. Like I've
Hmm.
had a few people leave, and we have a really big return rate. Like agents leave, and I feel like a lot of that is like we always think, and I mean, we're all guilty of this, Debbie. Like, we always think as agents, like, there's something better out
Bigger,
there.
yeah.
There's a
Hmm.
different lead generation tool. There's a
Hmm.
bright, shiny object, is like,
I have that, yeah,
it's
yeah,
so big. And
it
so we
is.
always think the grass is going to be greener on the other side. But tell me a little bit about your story about when you left and came back and why.
Well, it's funny because there's a couple things about it. I left. I didn't really want to leave, but some things had changed. I was overwhelmed. I was, I was a little overwhelmed by a lot of things, and I wasn't actually in production as much as I wanted to be, which is what I'd always been. And I just felt like leaving. Of course, I was recruited and from other brokerages,
Yeah.
wine and dine, and I always think, oh my God, and that it's never like that, and I've never
Yeah.
felt the same. My husband told me, he said, before you leave, you think clearly about what you want to do because he watches me. He sees how excited I get.
Yeah.
He even commented just yesterday or the day before about, he knows I'm back at the Epic and my whole demeanor has changed. And he said, you're just energetic and you're happy. I said, because that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
But the point being is I've left brokerages through my many years for whatever reason, and the brokers end up being ugly or rude about it or thinking you're not ever supposed to leave or
Yeah.
weird things. And even though you're friends with them,
I know. Same
when I
thing. Like,
left Epic,
yeah.
I emailed my letter and said I'm leaving, unfortunately, and they wished me the best. Josh sent me an email, and then when I wanted to come back, I think I even reached out, and they're like, "We would love to have you back."
Yeah.
Nobody does that anywhere else that I know
Yeah.
of ever, and it wasn't like I was a top producer because I'd come up being an area leader to back to production, and I was still ramping back up, and it was like they just made me not feel bad about
I
it.
love it.
And then when they announced my name on the Wednesday call, and I could see them go, and they were announcing welcome to Epic, and then I heard them go, and Debbie McClain, welcome back. And it made my day.
I love
But
it because we're a
yeah, so
family.
yeah,
I
yes,
really
yes,
genuinely think that because they're a family, our
hmm,
founders, they
yes,
care about our families. And
hmm.
you can tell by all the benefits and everything that we have that it
I'm
is a very
amazed.
family oriented brokerage and
Yes,
it's a very forgiving brokerage. It's a
very.
very
Hmm.
like they want the best. They
Understanding.
understand our struggle and our struggles are real as real estate agents, just
Hmm.
period.
Yes,
So
that was the thing is that speaking of the benefits, when I came
oh,
on
that's my
board,
next question.
okay,
My
yeah,
next question is what, tell us one benefit at Epic that has been, a big part of your business or life changing. Like what's your favorite benefit?
my favorite benefit are the signs of photography. Like I said, I don't have to stress on the front
The
end of a
transactional
transaction
benefits.
and having a transaction coordinator and
Yeah.
having all that support and all of those things, because those are everything else. I mean, I'm overwhelmed at how the benefits has doubled since I left and came back. I'm still trying to find all of them in there and trying to figure out which ones I need and want. Yes, I have the healthcare was great for my husband. All that's all incredible, but those first basic things for your transaction that you have to have up front, the marketing tools, everything else that you have to be able to walk into a client's place to get their home and get their listing, and you have everything right there already done, and we don't have to stress over it. It's been amazing. It changed me because I could not worry about how much I had to spend up front on a transaction up front. And those are my favorite, just the basic ones, not counting everything else. And I
Okay.
used to tell agents, I like, get in there. There's so many benefits. You've got to get in there. Sorry, my cat's on my screen. You got, You got to get in there and look at every benefit. There's something that fits everybody.
That's why we do
to.
Epique Essentials, because we really want to get, and even the agents that are at Epique do not realize what a gift Epique Essentials is.
There is another one. Click Offers is my other favorite.
Yeah, Click Offers.
I have 3 transactions through Click Offers, and because I knew they would go that way. So there's some of my favorites.
Okay, well, that really summarizes it all. Like, literally, like that helps so much. So, welcome back to Epique. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I'm so glad that you feel like I do, and that is that Epique Realty has truly changed my life and how I do business.
Yeah,
and
I'm ready to hear everybody else's story. This
I know,
is amazing.
I'm excited
I love
about
it. It just brings us closer together.
Yes,
because we're so busy every day. We don't always get to do this. So I thank you for asking me to do this.
Absolutely. Love it. All right. Are you going to Inman?
Yes, I am. I will be there.
I'll be there. I'm headed up Wednesday. So we'll see you at Inman.
Yeah, we'll see y'all there.
Awesome. Bye, Debbie. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Bye.